Hello, everybody. Full interest. My Hero Academia episode
60.
22. 60? Is it 60? Okay, cool. 60. Uh, yeah. Me. Yeah,
Me.
we know where this was gonna go. He's on there. He passed. Everybody passed the exam except Todoroki, Bakugo, uh, I,
Inasa. Uh,
and what's her name?
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
Kami.
Or, well, I guess she lost in the first round, I think. I can't quite remember. But, yeah.
No, she passed the first round.
Oh. Well, regardless. Yeah, so everyone passed but them. So, Inasa is like, slams his head into the ground and is like, I'm so sorry. I'm the reason we didn't pass. And Todoroki is like, no, you showed me something I really needed to deal with, and it was me that started it. So it's cool.
hmm
Don't worry about it. Um, Proxadude proclaims that yeah, these people passed, but for the people that didn't, uh, there will be a 3 month course where you will be able to make up the difference and take an individual test where you will be able to try again
hmm
and then
We
pass.
we want as many heroes as we can get out of this, and U100 are the top pickings, so we want to make sure that you all get the proper ability to work in the situation.
Yeah, this is the point where he does confirm. Yeah, those first other 1,400 or so, they, yeah, they were just weeded out. But the
Hmm.
rest of you, yeah, we're totally going to give you a chance, regardless of actually passing this exam this time.
Yeah, because at least the first 100 of you that were able to pass can deal with battle against villains to a
And
certain extent.
and that's the thing that we're worried about most at the moment.
Mhm. Yeah, we can train you a bit on how to work with victims and rescue them. But if you can't deal with villains, then this is not a good time for you to be a hero.
Hmm. So everyone leaves, and Deku tries to talk to Kenshi. It's just what I'm going to call him now because he can grow hair on any surface. Um,
Just
and
his own surface.
yeah, but it can grow and reach any surface. It's close enough. Um, and he's like, I wanted to talk to you about the whole stealth and presence concealing training you guys do. And Kenshi's like, we don't have any training like that. Oh, well, uh, that other girl with the big lips, as he describes her, was talking to me about it, and I thought that was okay. I still feel bad about not finishing that conversation we were having though. And Kenshi is like, yeah, oh, you mean Kami? She fucking left. She was sick or something. She bowed out
She's
early.
been she's been off the last couple of days. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Hmm.
And we get the reveal as we cut over to Kami, who's talking on the phone of it being Toga in
Mm-hmm.
disguise. And we learn of her quirk. As long as she's able to adjust the blood of someone, she can take on their appearance. And she's like, Shigaraki's going to be happy with this because I got some of Midoriya's blood.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily clarify whether it's she has to take their blood and then she'll be able to transform for a certain period. It's just that if she has ingested their blood, she can transform into them.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely possible that there is no time limit as long as she's just
I
done it
was
at some point.
I was under the impression that she ingests blood, she can turn to that person once that transformation wears off. But then again, she was in the Kami disguise for like 3 days, so I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, a lot of details on that quote that we don't actually know, but it does confirm a couple of things here.
And now the League of Villains has somebody who can transform into Deku, which can be disastrous much later on down the line if that's used in a critical time. So, planning ahead.
Question: the whole clay thing that Kami was doing, was that just Toga just futzing with her transformation, or is that Kami's actual quirk? Because if the latter,
I don't think she can. I don't think so. I think that was just her futzing with her quirk.
Alright.
Because if she could take powers as well, that would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, probably.
Because remember, as Ochiko, she didn't try to float herself or use any flotation.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen someone that can just take someone's quirk temporarily, which was, Monoma. But he had a lot less restrictions on how he could do it, and in return, he had a very severe time limit. Whereas she doesn't seem to have the time limit, but she also has much more stringent conditions. She has to ingest someone's blood to do it.
Mm-hmm. Which, you can see the comparison to Stain right away. Of ingesting blood. Hey, hero, role model, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to become him. That line makes sense now.
So, yeah. Then we go back to... We don't go back to... We go to a conversation with All for One and One for All next. In the prison. In the super max prison. Super Maximumist prison, Tartarus, as they call it, because Japan loves that fucking mythology for some reason.
It is a pretty good freaking name for a prison, though, of just because it's a classical prison. It's like, yeah, no, in this prison, we literally monitor your brainwaves to determine whether or not you're going to activate a quirk.
Yeah. If he even thinks about activating his quirk, then guns start activating and pointing at him.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty stringent security there.
I don't know if the guns have actual bullets or some sort of disabling type
containment foam or something like fucking worm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
But I do know that it is getting pretty difficult to get out of this facility. But he seems confident, so...
Yeah, All for One is basically just giving All Might shit for still being a bit of a mother hen to Deku. Mm-hmm. Whereas All for One is like, I mean, I did my part. He's doing his thing, so I don't know anything about what he's doing. But, that society you have that you upheld so stringently... What's going on with that? No, wait. Let me guess, because they say, don't tell him anything. And he's like, let me posit a theory. With your removal from the top spot as the world's symbol of peace and greatest hero alive, society are a little uncertain about your successor, so to speak, of Endeavor. So the entire foundation of Hero Society seems to have just sort of been shaken quite severely. So trust in the hero system is floundering. Something, things are going badly. I forget a lot of the rest of the speech.
There's mention of, villains will start to organize, villain groups will start to fight each other as well. There's going to be a lot more chaos, and it's like, if everything's going according to how I planned it to go, then... And All Might's just like, I wish I could punch you, kind of, I feel like All Might just, again, he punched him once, I feel like All Might wishes he could punch him again. This guy is, even when he's contained, he's just a jerk.
And they have a conversation about Shigaraki and how, I really got you good, didn't I? With the whole, blood of your master and everything coming to kill you, and you're going to have to kill him too if you want to save everything. Oh, it's just a great game, isn't it? and they talk about how All for One just wanted to be the evil king in the darkness or something along those lines, and if he could live forever, then why wouldn't he? And All Might's like, okay, in that case, why have a successor at all? Why is that even a thing that you're planning on doing? Well, you see, you kind of punched me so hard I have to breathe through a tube, so mortality kind of came a knocking. But, it's not like you can actually give me shit for choosing a successor, can you? All Might. Oh. And they have this great shot of just All Might and
their faces interpose each other.
Yeah, interpose and fade across, and it's so good. It is such a good image. Like, the usual you get from that is just bisection, just down the middle. That's it. And it's just one half of one and one half of the other, but blurring it is so much more effective and evocative of what they're trying to say. Is that they're doing the not so different you and I shtick, but the blurring tells that a lot better than just a cut down the middle. Like the cut down the middle is more like one side, the other side, they're opposites. The same in a lot of ways, but opposites in the important ones. But this is saying not really. No, they are very, very similar.
They are very true to their ideals. They're picking successors, and they're both very injured and having to live with medical disabilities, shall we say.
Yeah, they are similar enough that sometimes it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins, which is a through line through most of the whole All for One, One for All thing.
I mean, you also add on the fact that, in a way, in that fight, both of them were going at it for revenge. All Might to avenge his master, and All for One because, hey, you beat me before really badly. I don't like that.
I have to breathe through a tube, and I have no eyes.
Ah! But yeah, there's some definite similarities there. Cut over to
the dorm.
The dorm, where they're all like, "Yeah, we did it," and Bakugo's like, "Hey, Deku, come with me for a bit.
Yeah,
I need to talk to you for a bit." And as they're walking, Deku's like, where are we going?" And
another point, and I noticed this before it actually made it abundantly clear, but the parallel between this scene of Bakugo walking quite a distance ahead of Deku, just like the previous scene in the flashback of like, yeah, as soon as I get a quirk, I hope it's just as cool as yours, and Bakugo being like, you suck.
You'll never beat me.
And the change of circumstances in just this shot being framed in the exact same way, that it's not necessarily... There was a gap there that was probably very intentional between them in the flashback scene of Bakugo being far ahead of Deku. In this case, it's not so much Bakugo being far ahead, but maybe more trying to pull away from him.
Yeah, he's walking, like, in the flashback, he's walking with his head up, very happy. In this, he's head down, hands in his pockets, just dour. And it's a very much a reversal of the situation, day in the flashback, nighttime in the forest in one, city in the other. It's very much opposite. It's like the entire environment.
It's framed the same way, but saying something different enough, but still, it makes sense that they brought that back here. And then we get some pretty impressive voice acting from the Japanese voice for Bakugo. Again, we can't watch the dub because it's a week behind. Where he sounds really intense. Like, wow. intense.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of furious, but confused, and also maybe even a little bit heartbroken because he's figured out that Deku has All Might's power.
And he gives all the bits of evidence that he's uncovered, and he's like, at first I didn't think it made sense, but then I kept watching, and this and this and this and this all throughout the show so far, and he's like, yeah, you have All Might's quirk. And Deku can't respond.
Yeah, he's confused and doesn't really want to believe it, but is also, from the way it's outlined in this scene, Bakugo isn't sure how Deku got All Might's quirk, but the only person he's seen that could manage that was All For One. So there is a good chance he's leaping to some of the worst possible conclusions here. And that's why he sounds so angry.
Mm-hmm. It's like, All Might has a history with All For One. I don't know exactly how this is going, but let's fight.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a good scene. That was a really good scene.
This scene and the probably what's going to be just the next episode are a lot of the reason why Bakugo is popular, because he does develop and he's very smart, and there's just this dichotomy of ideas and ideals between him and Deku, and he's just like, we're just going to settle it in a fist fight just right now. That takes him he took him right over to the building where they had the first fight. Round two, let me show you that I'm better than you, or that you're better than me. Let's just settle this.
So good.
It is so good. There's been so much build up to this that it works, and like I love it even more in the show than I do in the manga.
Yeah, they set this up pretty dang perfectly. Like, really early on, they established a way for Bakugo to figure this out, conceivably, like really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't let him figure it out quickly. They dropped hints, but kept it just implausible enough from his perspective that he wouldn't seriously believe it until he saw someone that actually could transfer quirks and totally do that. Like, he might have been getting suspicious when Monoma showed up and started copying people's quirks, which shouldn't be a thing by most logic of how people think quirks work.
Mm.
But it wouldn't be a confirmation by any means, and might have been just a kneeling doubt in the back of his head, like, wait.
Yeah, especially since...
Could someone do this?
Especially since for a long time, every time Deku used his quirk, he broke his body.
Mm.
Then all of a sudden he stopped breaking his body.
Yeah.
And it's like, now this quirk seems very similar to another quirk.
Yeah. Also, he keeps saying smash every time he does that, so it's...
From what I've... Actually, the smashes are actually internal, for the most part. Plus, it's no secret that he's an All Might fanboy, so that could be easily excused as... Yeah, no, he's trying to be like All Might.
Yeah.
He's just a nerd.
This was a satisfying episode to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I honestly had to just pause it, just for a solid 30 seconds to a minute of just looking at that one frame of All For One on All Might. That,
This episode really delivered.
I might make that a desktop background is what I might do. Fucking Christ. That was a good image.
And like, we've had some complaints with just some with the last few episodes. No complaints for this episode. This was a good episode.
Yeah.
Didn't even need there to be a fight, just conversations, and they're pretty good.
Yeah. All character stuff. So maybe that's why I'm just really latching onto this more than most episodes, because this is all character stuff, and that is my bread and butter. So
Same here. It's what I love in everything, is just the characters. So
all right, so that's episode 2260. Done.
that's episode 60 or 22 of
I'm
season
gonna have
3.
to hyphenate this shit. It's ridiculous.
We
Like
will.
Bible verses.
We'll see you guys next time with the next episode, which will involve punching and children fighting each other at night in the street.
Punch. We still got 3 episodes to go. Are you kidding me?
We got 1 episode for punchies, and then probably another episode for setup. If we go 25, we'll get maybe extend another episode for more setup. But I don't see this fight going more than 1 episode.
Probably not, no.
So if we're going the standard 24, then punch, then setup and resolution.
They might... Something got very truncated in the manga that they might actually decide to show in a bit more detail.
Perhaps.
And it would come directly after the fight. So we'll see how they do that.
Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.